What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about the Sandbox and specifically why I got involved in the Sandbox platform and why I think there's so much potential in it. You know, I've seen a lot of people say that they think some of the graphical limitations of the platform and things like that are going to lead to it not being very successful or not being very popular or not being a metaverse of the future. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about that and why I really do think this platform is primed for unimaginable success. Now, it takes a little bit of understanding to see why that might be the case, so that's what I wanted to do here. So I think it's probably important that the first thing we do is look at the precedent that's been set by platforms before the Sandbox. And I think the first comparison that obviously comes right to mind would be Minecraft and more specifically Roblox. Millions of kids spend hours exploring Roblox game worlds and draining their parents' bank accounts in the process, all for the chance to own exclusive in-game items. So guys, imagine if we took that proven concept and incorporated the true ownership that's only provided by blockchain. Now, not only can kids experience incredible games or land experiences, but they can also buy exclusive in-game items and resell those items as they wish. They fully own them forever. This creates an entire new secondary market. It's going to create an entire new opportunity for revenue streams from gamers and users or players that just like to play games. Now they get a chance to be rewarded for that playing time, and they get a chance to hold the value of those items as they see fit. So now we've established that the Sandbox can provide an experience like Roblox, but with the added benefit of true item ownership. Obviously that right there is very much a winning combination, but we need to look further. And to look further, we have to go into the ultimate goal of the Sandbox. And while it might appear that the Sandbox is geared toward kids, and it's pretty obvious that kids are going to gravitate toward the platform, I believe that's a given based off of its similarities to other things they already use. The demographic they were actually shooting for was an older demographic, the 25 to 40-year-old range. And that is because the Sandbox has the goal of not just including games, but experiences that go beyond gaming. And they can do this because their tools support more than just game experiences. Virtual shopping malls, hotels, country clubs, horse racing, theme parks, nature preserves, whatever you can think of, the Sandbox has tools to help accomplish this. Do you want to create a land that's free to access, but then charge sand for certain experiences inside of that land? 100% possible. Maybe you want a land that only people with a certain NFT can even access at all. Also completely possible. Or you could create a section in your land that's gated to only people with a specific NFT being allowed in. As you can see, this not only creates experiences beyond gaming, but it creates a unique opportunity for brands to take part in this space and establish a virtual presence. Even if their vision doesn't directly align with a traditional game experience, it's pretty easy to understand how there would be a draw or an allure to a company wanting to have a presence inside of a virtual metaverse like this. So we've established they're building on the success of Roblox, incorporating an underlying economy built on blockchain that rewards both players and landowners, and that they're targeting a demographic that wants experiences beyond the traditional game. So I think the last thing we need to look at with the Sandbox that leads to the potential success that we could see is the scale of the platform and the way it's structured. These are two very important points that the team devoted a lot of time to, and that homework is showing, and it's showing that it's going to pay off. First and foremost, there's only 166,000 lands that'll ever be sold. Scarcity exists from the get-go here. These lands are very exclusive. Now you have to take into account the fact that a lot of these lands exist in single estates owned by a single brand, company, or individual. So while there's 166,000 individual lands, there are lots of estates spread out throughout the map that consist of 6, 9, 12, 24, 500 lands, which creates an even higher level of scarcity. So we can see how that scale can generate scarcity, but what about the way the Metaverse and Metaverse map is structured? So the Sandbox team decided to create a massive square Metaverse map. Because the map is a giant square grid, users are able to see their coordinates wherever they are in the metaverse. They can provide this to their friends. It makes it easier to find friends, to find specific lands, to find specific experiences, or to organize an event at a specific location in the metaverse. Estates are strategically spread out throughout the metaverse map, and estates will have the opportunity to create portals. When the Sandbox multiplayer goes live, users will spawn into the Sandbox hub, and from there they'll have the option to travel to one of these portals. Once they're at these portals, from there, they'll have to manually move to any specific land that they want to. So while the portals provide a quick way of traveling to different regions of the Metaverse map, there is a certain amount of manual travel required. Not only will this encourage exploration, but it's also going to encourage foot traffic to many different areas of the map that necessarily wouldn't have it otherwise. You may not be right next to a partner, but you might be between two portals, and that means that people are going to have to travel across your land to get from point A to point B, which instantly makes your location much more viable. Landowners already have the opportunity to coordinate and collaborate with their neighbors to make complementary land experiences or game experiences. Or they can try to create their game experience next to a large partner and make something that complements the partner project. The opportunities from a landowner perspective are basically limitless. I know for many of us in the virtual land space, this is exactly what we've been wanting to do. The ability to create whatever experience we like in a world that other users can come and visit. So I had a couple additional side notes that I thought were kind of important to just reinforcing some of the reason why I have so much faith in the platform. The Sandbox brand originated as a mobile game with over 40 million downloads, guys. This just shows that the company already has a proven track record of being able to reach consumers. That's extremely important because when this platform launches, they're going to have to leverage that skill of reaching consumers. And just seeing that their initial platform or their initial game that they first rolled out already has 40 million downloads shows you that even with a very basic game experience, they have the ability to reach their user base. Another thing to take note of is all of the marketing opportunity here. And I mean that from just an overall Sandbox perspective. There are so many large partners and large brands involved in the Sandbox that when the Sandbox goes live, all of these brands are going to be wanting to market their Sandbox experience. That means not only is the Sandbox going to be marketing, but every single one of these large companies, Atari, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Shaun the Sheep, etc., they're going to be running advertisements for their Sandbox experiences, which means the marketing for the Sandbox is going to be crazy. Additionally, we have to think about Sand Token. Now, I'm not going to do any speculating on what I think the value of Sand Token might be a year from now or anything like that. But what I will say is that because the platform revolves around Sand Token, because Sand Token is needed to purchase land, to purchase NFTs, to purchase collectibles, any item in the platform has to be purchased with Sand Token. Because of that, when the platform goes live, people are going to own Sand Token. And we very much might hit a point where there are millions of people holding sand in their accounts strictly because they need the sand in order to make purchases inside of the game, to pay for access to game experiences, to buy in-game items, etc. So there's a very real chance that Sand Token value could skyrocket solely as a byproduct of the fact it's a necessity to own in order to play the Sandbox. Think of it like Robux. Everything that goes on inside Roblox revolves around Robux. You need Robux as the in-game currency. So everyone owns Robux, but Robux isn't a cryptocurrency, so it doesn't have any resale value. It's very much just an in-game currency. Now imagine taking that and making it a cryptocurrency with a limited supply to where the entire amount of sand tokens has to absorb the total value that's being stored in it currently. As more and more people own Sand Token, the value of a Sand Token is probably going to accelerate pretty quickly. There's that underlying potential that just owning Sand Token could be very beneficial in the future because so many people are going to be adopting it and utilizing it because it's the base currency for this game. So there's a very large cycle that we're seeing here. They're creating a platform that's very accessible and allows experiences beyond gaming. Okay, it's built on blockchain, which means there's an ownership level there. It revolves around a centralized in-game currency that happens to also be a cryptocurrency. And that cryptocurrency can be earned as a reward just for playing the game. But obviously will also be something that's earned by landowners as a byproduct of charging for experiences on their land. So we've basically created an entire metaverse with a full-on functioning economy that hasn't even gone live yet. The multiplayer version of this isn't even out yet. All you're seeing is Game Maker, guys. This is just devs using the Game Maker program and game builders using the Game Maker program to create their experiences and create their games. When this drops, it's going to have a game player app that you'll be able to download on your computer and on mobile, and you'll access it just like you access any other game, and you'll be accessing the front end portion of the Sandbox. You'll jump right into the Metaverse map, and you'll be able to jump from experience to experience that these highly skilled game devs and game builders have spent years now working on. So guys, these are the main reasons why I believe the Sandbox is primed for such success. It's not just one reason, it's the entire foundation of the platform, the economic system, the partners involved, the layout of the Metaverse map, and just the underlying reward system that's going to be integrated for users. And as someone who's been involved in other virtual LAN projects, I know many of us just want the ability to build our experience. And this provides us the ability to do that now. We don't have to wait, we can do it now. And I think that's a big deal. And again, I think all of those points just circle back to highlighting how the Sandbox has really primed themselves to be successful long term. And I'm really curious to see what happens once the platform goes live and we get to see what type of adoption occurs. I know we're going to see virtual concerts, we're going to see virtual movie theaters, virtual horse racing, all sorts of crazy stuff. And I really just can't wait to see what type of experiences we have. And I can't wait to experience that with everybody else. So guys, if you found this video useful, make sure to hit that like button. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be coming at you guys with a lot more videos related to the Sandbox and to metaverses in general, and I want to make sure you guys check it out. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you for watching this specific video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I appreciate all of that support, and until next time, we'll see you soon.